In a shocking move this week, Judge Aileen Cannon actually reversed one of her previous decisions, that of course was a completely disastrous decision and a very pro-Trump decision, when she decided on Tuesday, she ruled on Tuesday, that Jack Smith was right, I was wrong, and I guess we won't release the names of all the witnesses in the case against Donald Trump. Now, this ruling from Cannon, well, I should say the original ruling from Cannon, where a couple months ago she said, yeah, sure, let's unmask all the names. Everybody can know who's involved. They can know where these people are. And Smith had immediately filed a motion saying, wow, first of all, totally irrelevant to the case. Like, these people do not need to be unmasked. That's not necessary for anything. The only thing it's going to do is open these people up to intimidation and harassment by Donald Trump and his followers. But legally speaking, there is no reason for these people's names to be unmasked. It puts them at harm. So he fought for months, filing motion after motion, fighting off Trump's lawyers, and finally on Tuesday, Judge Cannon, and for the record, he also threatened to take it to the appeals court if she didn't get it right. That's what he said. If you don't get it right, I will take it to the appeals court. And so Judge Cannon said, well, now that I think about it, I guess Smith has made a good argument. And so we won't release the names of those people. And here's what she said. The special counsel's request remains sweeping in nature as applied to all potential government witnesses. The court is satisfied that the special counsel has made an adequate showing on this issue. So she took a shot at him. She's like, well, this is very, very sweeping. And, you're kind of overstepping a little bit. But you made a great legal argument. You backed it up. And so I have no choice but to go with you, but I'm not happy about it. That's what her ruling means. She's like, I'm going to do it, but I'm kind of pissed that I have to do it. And the reason she has to do it is not because Jack Smith presented well thought out legal arguments. Oh God, no. If that's the way it was, the trial would have already happened and Trump would have been convicted. No, she didn't do it based on any legal argument. She did it because the calls are growing for her to be removed from the case. In fact, not just be removed. I like that people are starting to pick up on what I've been saying for several weeks now, which is that she should actually be impeached for being so incredibly biased in favor of Donald Trump that she's unable to do her job. Those calls are starting to make headlines. And she knows that. She's paying attention. She knows that every wrong move she makes right now is just going into the file for Jack Smith to take to the appellate court and say, get rid of this woman for these 8,000 reasons I have right here. And she is terrified of that. Because if that happens, it will be because she was biased in favor of Trump and because she was actively going against the rule of law, which could lead to her impeachment if the Democrats retake the House of Representatives this year. So she didn't do this because Jack Smith presented well thought out legal arguments, though he did. Let's be clear, he did. She did it to save her own skin. She did it to prevent herself from being removed from the case and replaced with a judge who will not protect Donald Trump. She is not done protecting Donald Trump. She will still protect him as best she can. But I think it's finally dawned on her a little bit that, hey, I got to be a little more careful about this. On top of that, she is also terrified that we could have more of these potentially unmasked witnesses come forward, like the one who spoke to CNN, Mr. Brian Butler. And he explained all of this stuff about packing the boxes onto the airplane and sending them up to Bedminster. And he came out because he knew he was going to be unmasked. And the information that he provided to the public is incredibly damning for Donald Trump. And if there were more witnesses who knew, well, I'm going to be unmasked anyway, may as well come public, then that would hurt the case against, or that would hurt her ability to protect Donald Trump. So, again, she didn't do this because it was the right thing to do. She did it to save her skin and to still be in that position to protect Donald Trump later down the line.